campaign, so in this campaign, it was for improving the cleanliness in the offices. Along with the cleanliness in the offices, it was decided to dispose all the scraps available there in the offices, then reduce the dependency in the office, and it was also decided that all the records should be maintained in the proper format so that unnecessary documents are removed from there. Yes. Well. So goal was this, that all ministry will review existing rules and procedures during the campaign, aiming at the reducing the compliance burden, promoting ease of living to the citizen. Because there are so many rules. So many rules are there, and it is very difficult to comply all of the rules. So it was decided to reduce some of the rules also, make them more comfortable for citizens. And it was also to allow, because it was found that most of the offices, they are not following the rules as defined by Government of India. Under the Manual of Office Procedure, GFR, and Public Record Acts. So therefore, it was decided that during this period, it will be insisted that the rules are followed. And so first the question was that it was the record management and central secretariat manuals. It was emphasized that that manual will be followed by each and every office. So chapter 10 of this manual defines how the records will be maintained. Because it is not possible to discuss this entire manual here. So the silent point is the record management will cover regarding mainly recording of the documents, then unka retention, retrieval, and how to weed out them. And it was emphasized that each agency, the document creating agency will create appoint an officer who will be in charge of that. So in this CMFO in 2022, this was emphasized that files should be recorded after action and all the issues considered thereon, and has been completed as per record retention schedule. So and the files which are of the not pure nature, the ordinary regular temporary nature, they will be disposed of. For electronic equipments, electronic files, this where those action has been completed will be closed and kept in a separate folder, and this may be closed by the creator of the file after getting approval of competent authority. So as per this manual, this is the sequence of the record management. First, the records will be created, then this record will be used, and this will be recorded properly. And recorded means it will go to the record room, then it will be retention will be there, and then transfer will be the record room. Then it will be reviewed, and if it is time is there for weed out, they will be beat out, and then further it will be priced, and whatever the national importance, that will send to the National Archive of India. So another rule was another book they have quoted in the campaign, the GFR. Actually, these are the two books, the two rule procedures under which Government of India creates most of the documents. So the GFR is a compilation of rules which defines how the finances of the Government of India will be done and how everything will be done. So this also creates a lot of documents. This was earlier created in 1947 and defined 1960 in 2000. and 2017 the latest version of this. So under this rule, there are the destructions of record. There are rule 320 deals with the destruction of records and how this will be defined. And the appendix 9 of this document, GFR, says how the account, documents related with the accounts will be kept and how much this can be destroyed. So there are certain accounts which cannot be destroyed anytime. These are the record expenditure connected with expenditure if it is within the period of limitation fixed by law. Record connected with expenditure on projects, schemes or works not completed although beyond the period, and those connected with claims of service and personal matters, and orders and sanctions of permanent character, and records in respect which an audit objection is outstanding. So these records will be never destroyed. And other records, those are just like expenditure sanction, that the expenditure sanction will be destroyed after 2 years if all the payments are complete. Cash book will be maintained for another 10 years. And disbursing and the contingent expenditure for 3 years, and pending claims for 3 years after the sanction is given for final payments. So another act, what is specified in the Special Campaign is the Public Record Act 1993. This act governs the entire gambit of the records management under the Government of India and other institutions where the Government of India has its say. It may be public undertaking, it may be the autonomous bodies, corporation, commissions, anything. So another act is the Public Record Rules 1997. This also it works along with the Record Rules Act of 1993, and this rules defines what type of records, how they will be handled, and then whatever of the permanent nature they will send to National Archives, and how the departmental record room should be maintained. All this is given in this rules, that is Public Record Rules 1997. So record creation, how the records are created. Every organization possesses records to carry out its various functions. These records are to be closed after action on the issue considered thereupon. And while the files are purely permanent nature, containing little reference research value, need not to be formally recorded and may be destroyed after 1 year. The other category of records are, however, required to be retained for the different specified period according to their importance and reference value. One of the prerequisites of good record management is to ensure that records are neither permanently prematurely destroyed nor kept for the longer than the day required at the cost of economy and efficiency. Thus, in order to prescribe judicious retention period to different category of records, record retention schedule has been made. So this is what it looks like in the office. Whenever you go to any office, big offices, earlier there were a lot of records lying in the corridors, files, the racks were lying. So this is why this record management required, because we don't like this. Then and what is record management? Then how it will be? What else we can do? This I will discuss a little bit. So why record management is important? Because record management improves operational efficiency and productivity, supports strategic direction, regulatory compliance and local obligations, continuity and risk management, data security and confidentiality. Records management encompasses the entire gamut of activities in life cycle of the records from their creation to the final disposition. So need for record management, because the record management leads the efficient and systematic control of creation, receipt, disposition of records, including processes for the capturing, and maintaining evidence and information about business activities and transactions in the form of records. An organization cannot achieve or sustain long-term success without managing and harnessing its information effectively. Information management destroys business values, slows organizations down, create unnecessary risk, and simply unsustainable. So this is the type of the things now people were under the records, burden of records, getting a lot of dust and mites and every lot sort of things are there. So we need to go to the this area and then this would go to the properly recorded process. So what is the good principles of the good record management? This record should be authentic. All the authentic documents only should be recorded. Then it should be accurate. Accuracy should be maintained. And whenever you maintain the records, it should be accessible as and when required. It should be complete in all formats. It should not be a haphazard way, half here, half there. It should be complete in all formats. It should be comprehensive. And it should be compliant to the rules of the land. And it should be effective and it should be secured. It should not be destroyed due to fire or theft or flood itself, anything. So basically, gambit of record management is to create, to store, to shred, toss, and then again repeat. So initially, records are created when a new job did well or some newspaper is started. Then we use it, and this cycle starts, runs along with, and then when it becomes inactive, it goes to maintenance, and this cycle continues for the records. So this is the life cycle of the records, the creation. This stage refers to the production of recorded or documented information. Next is the use and maintenance. After record is created or collected, it goes through the distribution and usage phase. Then after that, once the file is very thick, it goes to the record room. And after it goes to the record room, when its life is as per the record retention schedule, then either it is destroyed and sent to archive, and then through document, digital information, and secure destruction. This is all the cycle of the document. So this is what the process goes. Files first created. When data records are related to the files are created, then it is labeled properly due to proper process, labeling the file containing data and information. Then file is stored at the suitable place in this system. Then it is transformed the file to record management system by either by scanning or any other process. And then whenever this file goes to then it is retrieved whenever is required. And after it is added, periodically it is checked whether this file is further required. Then it goes out. Otherwise, it is again back required. Then it is brought back, and then finally it is disposed of or goes to the archives. So this manual of office procedures defines the records, physical records in 3 categories. This category A. Category A is these records are to be kept in the microfilm. And these are the category of records are those files which qualify for the permanent preservation for administrative purposes and which have to be the microfilm because they contains a document so precious that the original must be preserved intact, and assessed it in the original form must be restricted to the barest minimum to avoid its damage or loss. That is why this filming is required. And the material likely to be required for the frequent reference. So different parties simultaneously required. So that is why it is microfilming is required. And if the file is of historical importance, then it becomes under category A, and it should be kept for permanent and it be microfilmed, and it should be used as that format. And then there are the category B of the documents. Category B of documents, they are the documents which are the required permanent preservation for administrative purpose, but they don't need to be microfilmed. And the third category, the documents which are required to be kept for a specified period only. This category will include files of secondary importance, having reference value for a limited period, not exceeding 10 years. In exceptional cases, if record is required to be written beyond 10 years, it will be upgraded to B category. Just like similarly C3, C5, C10 means the category C file to be kept for 3 years, 5 years or 10 years. And if it is decided that it requires more than 10 years, then you will go to the category B. Similarly, for this document, manual defines what about the electronic records. There are the two categories of records. The category 1, e-file record to preserve permanently on the which are of the historical importance. For 10 years, it will be the kept in department servers and thereafter transferred to the server of the National Archive of India. And then category 2 of records are that e-files, records of secondary importance, have a reference value for a limited period, 10 years on the department server. In exceptional cases, if the record is required to be contained beyond 10 years, it will be upgraded to category 1. So all this record management has to go with National Archives of India. It is the Government of India departments, and this is the nodal agency for Government of India for implementation of Public Record Act 1993 and Public Record Rules 1997 under the Act. Apart from central government ministry, department of say, the public sector undertaking, statutory bodies, corporations, commissions, committees set up by the Government of India and are covered under this Act. National Archive of India is responsible for not only keeping in the safe custody of the records of the various ministry departments of the Government of India, but is also engaged in the devising suitable mechanisms to streamline the management of these records in a systematic manner so that they can be used by administrators and scholars as and when required. So this is what the National Archive do. They prepare the policies for record retention. They define the procedures how the record room will be made and what type of the equipment procedures will be adopted, and they decide the record retention schedules. Then they provide guidance and training to all the departments as and where they require, and they collect periodic returns from all the departments and ministries, and then review and then give their opinion that whether this record management is proper in those departments or not. So these are the basic functions of the National Archive of India. So National Archive of India, they conduct annual inspection of department record rooms. They report on the implementation of the Public Record Act, and these periodical reports are organized, compiled by the National Archive of India in their office. This depends upon that is a nomination of organizational history, record of defunct organization, and this annual report of all the departments of Government of India is archived by the Director General of Archives, and a report is submitted to the Parliament that this act has been followed by all the institutions. So after all these rules and all of this, there are record retention schedules. Those are prepared and to be followed by all the departments and ministries. So Department of Administrative Department, Public Grievances in the Ministry of Personal and Public Grievance and Pension is entrusted with the responsibility of preparing record retention schedule common to all ministries and departments for uniformity in policy, establishment and housekeeping function. The first schedule was prepared and circulated among departments in January 1963, and the latest edition was brought in 2004. This edition was arranged according to the scheme of function of file index for facilitating regarding of the files. This file index system is the system in which they have defined how the file numbers are created. And with a view of being the economy of space, efficiency, and retrieval of documents and coming being to the Right to Information Act, need for storage electronic information and need was felt to revise the record retention tools schedule. So that is the latest 2004 edition is under function. So there are two types of record retention schedules. That is, first is a retention schedule for records pertaining to the facilitative functions. That what are the facilitative functions are? These are the common to the all department. And the second is a record pertaining to substantive function of the records creating agency. Record creating agency is the institution where the records are created. Include the records pertaining to the function which are peculiar to that particular agency. So record pertaining to the facilitative functions are records pertaining are the establishment. These are establishment, personal housekeeping matters, establishment, welfare, vigilance, common office services, accommodation, furniture, stationery and forms, office equipment, library, security, Hindi, public relation, and parliament. And common service procedure include various registers, lists, diaries, reports, as mentioned in the Central Secretariat Manual, and financial matters regarding finance, budget, cash, and accounts. And records retention schedule for second common to all department issued by government. And then this appendix 10 of chapter 10 defines this procedure. And for substantive functions, the records pertaining to particular departments, so therefore the retention schedule for recording will be according to the records created by the department. Suppose the university is there, the university will create the record retention schedule for substantive function, that what they should keep and what they should destroy. So this Public Record Act 1993 and Central Secretariat Manual, they stipulate that every record creating agency would compile a retention schedule for records pertaining to its substantive function, which has to be vetted by National Archive of India and before implementation. So so far this was all the regarding the physical documents. In 2012, Government of India came with another manual. That was a Central Secretariat manual for e-office procedures. So e-office record management system is inbuilt with the provision for all the aspects related to record management of electronic files. This system will indicate the list of files that are due for review as per the categorization of files at the time of recording by creating units, the location of files, whether they are in the departmental record room of the creating department, ministry after review by the creating section, and then the final disposal of e-files after appraisal if they are to be transferred to the National Archive of India or they are to be weeded out. Presently, all electronic records are retained in the e-file system. So NIC has come out with a very novel system, e-office, and this is objective of this office was to improve the government functioning through the more efficient, effective, and transparent inter-government, intra-departmental transaction and processes. It is a complete digital workplace solution for government offices and is based on CSO MOP. An e-office project under Digital India was created and it is functional in the most of department. So what is the objective? The objective is to save the paper, time and money, enhance productivity, assure data security and integrity, transparency and accountability, and quick decision making. So what are the benefits of this office? This is the easy data retrieval. Easily data can be retrieved. It increases the efficiency as the files records are transferred or exchanged between the users on the very few clicks. This leads to the effortless, seamless movement of records and files, which turns results in increased efficiency. Then access and authorization ensures role-based access permission to each e-office user as per work allocation. This ensures data security and integrity. This reduces the usage of paper with files, circulars, FRs, leaves, and tools approval available online. Usage of paper reduces significantly. Access from anywhere and anytime. E-office being a web-based application makes it accessible anytime, anywhere. And easy monitoring by MIS reports and transparency and accountability. The system is very transparent and almost all the government of India offices are running on the e-office. So e-files is a component of e-office suite. E-office suite contains some many other things. Now the latest is the e-bills also. So this is the e-file. This is mainly deals for the filing system, correspondence, other things. So e-file is the component of e-office suite, enables a paperless office by scanning, registering, routing the inward correspondence along with the creation of the file, noting reference, corresponding attachment, draft for approval, final movement, and tracking of fines as receipts. The formulation of this material is effort to lay out the steps and operation required during the file processing at various levels. So this is the what is the processes how the e-file system manage works. So as soon as you receive a document, either in form of electronic document or in a digital format, so whatever is if you receive the paper format, that letters are all scanned, and all electronics and physical letters received are scanned and put into the system, and then the metadata is created for this that file documents whatever received. Then system creates a sequential diary number e receipts. Then is receipt is sent to the particular e file. If any that matter is related to any that existing case, then that file directly goes to the existing file. Otherwise, it goes to creates a new file, then enters metadata, and then system creates an e file. Thereafter, this file goes to the person handling the case. Everything, even notes, drafts, everything put on the in electronic format. It is goes from one sheet to a sheet for approval, and if it draft is required to modify it is required. And this is beauty of this system is this: you cannot destroy anything. Once the system a document goes into this records, it cannot be removed. So this is digitally signed, and then approval takes place. Then final decision is communicated. This is the way how it functions. And I have worked on this system for 5 years. It's really a very nice system. What happened? Okay. So file management system or e-file is a workflow-based system that includes features of existing manual handling of files in addition to more efficient electronic system. And e-file comprises various modules which manage the official workflow during the entire life cycle of a doc. Moment of doc is received by the organization till the time it is disposed with the proper set of action. So another module created by NIC is the knowledge management system. This is a central depository, and this records everything: file, documents, policies, forms, guidelines, acts, circulars, manuals. And under the government, by a large volume documents, various category, why this is required. So are managed and circulation. These documents can be policies, forms, act, regulations, circulars, guidelines, and OMs. In legacy scenario, these large volumes of documents were maintained in hard copy form and multiple copies were circulated among the various departments. Maintaining such a large volume of data was troublesome and laborious. Therefore, after a few years, these documents were either misplaced or departments struggled to keep with such volumes and information for prolonged use. So, KMS controls the life cycle of documents of an organization, enabling users to create and manage effective electronic documents that can be viewed, researched, shared, and published. It keeps the tracking history and dynamic workflow of the document. So this was the what the government of India handles the documents, and this is the way the government of India is maintaining the. So for the university, what is there? So this is the what way forward is to create a record retention schedule, then establish record management policies and procedures, then assess and improve your database facilities, implement records management compliance auditing, and determine a procedure for record disposal. So, in brief, what is the records management? It is a set of policy and procedure to follow so that you know what you have, where you have it, how long you have to keep it, who should be keeping it, and why it should be kept there. So, record management can help let the industry meet its legal obligations, ensure that records with historical value are retained to the document and unique character and history of the university, support decision making, promote accountability and transparency, make records easier to find by eliminating duplicates and out of the data date information, protect against risk by identifying protection requirement for records, by ensuring records are available in case of litigation, and maximize the use of technology and limited store facilities. So these are the four different layers of the university functions. So university records, there are two types of transitory in nature and university records, those who are to be kept. So how you are going to implement a record management system? Implement record management system requires careful planning, coordination, and attention to the following key steps. Assess your organization's need, set clear objectives and goals, choose the right records management solution, develop policy and procedures, design a file plan and classification structure, implement metadata and tagging, migration and integration, training and change management, monitor, evaluate, and continuously improve the system. So, to recap it, the records should be authentic, accurate, accessible, complete, comprehensive, compliant, effective, and secure. So this is the way how the electronic records are creation. So I have completed this. I'm sorry that I took a lot of time and a lot of problems was there. So sorry for the inconvenience caused to everybody. Thank you for your time.
Thank you very much, sir, for your excellent presentation and very briefly covering almost all the aspects that are there in record management system and enlightening us about this particular topic. And this recording that we are doing for this webinar, we'll be uploading it at the YouTube channel of RC Noida. Now we have with us our senior colleague, Dr. Siddhant Mukherjee ma'am, who is additional director at Regional Centre Noida. Ma'am, may I request you to kindly take over for the remarks about the presentation. Am I audible? Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Yeah, thank you. Our Regional Director, Dr. Amit Chaturvedi,
Mr. Ramprasad Lal sir, my colleague Dr. Lashkar, Dr. Anjana, Mr. Anil Kumar, Assistant Registrar, and all our colleagues at the Regional Centre and other audience or people who are attending this program today. It gives me a lot of pleasure to present the concluding remarks for this very, very important webinar on record management. Uh, Dr. Ramprasad Lal sir has mentioned very pertinent points through his presentation as well as through the slides, through the PPT slides. Yes, I would 100% agree with him when it comes to record management. Well, record management is one of the most important aspects of any office for that matter, whether it is a government office or it is a private office. Record management is very, very important. It is very essential part of our daily routine in the office. In fact, I would even go that far to say that effective management of our office depends entirely on how effectively and efficiently we are able to keep our records. The efficiency or effectiveness of the office can be gauged, can be measured by how soon we are able to retrieve any document whenever required. So it should be our endeavor. We should always try to, whenever we receive any, now we would, I would talk in two terms. One, hard copy and soft copy, because we are into a lot of, you know, software, soft copy management, soft copy of the documents we receive. So I'll first speak about the hard copies, the letters, the papers, the document that we receive from different places. It should be our effort in the office that whenever we receive any document, even an application from any student, I'm talking in terms of IGNOU, our office, it should be our responsibility that whenever we receive it, we first of all, it gets through the dispatch process, that is the dark section. It gets duly entered in the office dark register, and then it goes to the concerned person. Once it is being processed, we should see that once the reply has gone or action has been taken on that particular application of the student, it is our responsibility to see that that particular document along with the copy of the response goes to the concerned file. In case, you know, we what we do is sometimes we have a tendency to procrastinate, that, you know, when we give it to the staff would say, let me keep it here, I'll file it later on. But that doesn't work, because sometimes what happens is when we think that we're going to file it later on, the the letter or the action taken report or the response, whatever, any document, you know, that might get lost in the process. So that is very important. Secondly, we should see that all the files that we are maintaining, they are properly numbered. The almirahs that we are maintaining in the office, they should have the list of files attached along with the almirah, and a soft copy of that list of files should be retained with the concerned officers as well as staff. Here, I would like to say one thing, that effective or efficient record management is just not the responsibility of the staff members. Effective, efficient record management is also the responsibility of the concerned officers and the staff jointly. It is our responsibility. See, until unless we as officers, we don't guide our staff where to put the documents, how to put the documents, how urgently the particular document has to be filed, or where it has to be filed, how would the staff know? So it is our responsibility as officers to guide our staff, and we also, because sometimes the staff might not know how vital is the document, how important is the document. So it is for us to make them aware. For it is our responsibility to sensitize the staff, make them aware that this is a very important document. It is a confidential document, and we are supposed to keep it in this particular file. Files also should not be left here and there. The files, when taken out from the almirah,
or the concerned place. Once the work is complete, the file should go back to the concerned almirah at the concerned space, so that anybody who needs to have an access to that particular file can get it by referring to the list of files attached with the almirah. Well, that is very much in short about the documents, document management, hard copies of the document management in with the perspective of our office, Regional Center Noida office. Now, I will like to also say something about the documents, the important information, the details that we are receiving through emails. See, gone are those days when we would, keep on sending everything by letter. Now we see that we hardly send anything by letter. Everything, all communications in the office, they are done through email. So our mailing system should also be very robust and very strong. I think you would all know, or you would have seen, and if in case some of you have not seen, there is a system of labeling in the email system that we are using. On the left hand side there is a system of labeling. So like we have admissions, we have examination. In examination, let's say we have December 23, we have June 23, we have December 22, we have June 22. So if we want any email coming which has got any important information or important instructions coming from headquarters, or we are sending any important instruction by email to the study centers pertaining to examination, what we can do is we can simply store them in the examination folder which is there within the mailing system. So if we save it there, and each one of them, there is a system of not only labeling, like we have, let's say, one folder labeled as admission, the other folder labeled as examination, the third folder labeled as assignment, fourth folder labeled as let's say convocation, and within convocation, then we can have C35, C36, C37, C32. So the things get very well, very systematically classified. Suppose today there is some inquiry or some email from a student pertaining to, let's say, 30-second convocation. So what we can do is we don't need to search in the entire inbox by putting, just giving the search tagline of let's say 32 convocation. No, what we can do is we simply go to the examination folder in the email, and in that we go to the 30-second convocation, and there you will have all the important instructions or information about 30-second convocation. Just refer to that and respond to the student. So it becomes very, very fast. The student also gets a very effective and very, what do you call, punctual response from us, and correct information, accurate information from us. So, and there is also a system, the mailing system that we are using. There's also a system of coloring the labels given, or the names given to these folders. Like for example, you can give a red color to the admission, blue color to the examination, or let's say green color to the assignment, or let's say yellow color to the convocation folder. So each one of them, they are distinguished. You are able to distinguish between each one of them, and then you know that all examination related information, all important notifications coming regarding examinations, they are all stored in the examination folder in our mailing system. So very, very, it becomes very easy to retrieve. As I said at the very beginning, that effectiveness or efficiency of a system, an official system, is the test of this is how soon we can retrieve a file or a document, whether as a soft copy or as a hard copy. So even on your desktop, it's desktop, people keep on cluttering the desktop with so many files, with so many letters, with so many soft copies, PNGs, JPGs, PDFs. So why clutter it there? Instead, what you can do is create small folders, and each folder designated for one particular subject. And in that, you save your files. You save all your files there in those designated folders, so that whenever you need to respond to a particular subject, you need to respond to a query of a particular student, you need to respond to the study center, you need to respond, let's say, to the headquarters, it becomes very easy. It increases not only the efficiency, the accuracy, but also it also increases the promptness, and it is actually uh, it is a reflection of what we are doing in the system the whole day. So our how effectively we are managing the records, how effectively the records are stored in the office, that is basically the record management is the mirror of an office. This is all that I can say. This I think that sums up everything. Mirror of an office is its records. Thank you so much, Anjana. I now sum up. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for highlighting the importance of record management with special reference to our office with regard to our working, the way we have to manage our files, and of course the uh, emails, and also the soft copy files that we are supposed to manage. So now I invite our participants, if they have any questions to our resource person, they may please raise hand and they can ask any question if they have. Okay, nobody is raising hands, so we suppose that our resource person has made the presentation in such a way that you have covered, sir, all the aspects. And of course, that's the need of the time, and we have to really focus upon all those aspects and pay attention to the way we have to manage the records. Also, you made us aware about the policy about the online management system of records. So you have touched upon all the aspects, and we are really grateful to you that you spared your valuable time for us and uh, enlightened us with such an excellent presentation, sir. We are really grateful to you. I would also like to thank.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Sorry for inconvenience.
That's no issue, sir. That's a technical problem that can happen with anyone. That's not a problem, sir. There are certain benefits of technology. There are certain drawbacks also. So that's not a problem, sir. Not at all. I would
Okay.
like to place on records my thanks to Dr. Ashlesh Saxena ji, through whom we could get in touch with you, sir, and we could arrange a lecture to as you as the resource person for this webinar. Thank you very much, sir. And now I'm placing the formal vote of thanks to our senior regional director, Dr. Amit Chaturvedi, sir, for facilitating this webinar. My senior colleagues, Dr. Saran Mukherjee ma'am, Dr. Laskar sir, my other colleagues from Regional Centre Noida, Mr. Anil Kumar, Assistant Registrar, Satyen Kushwaji, Geeta ji, and all other colleagues whose name maybe I'm not able to take here because there are so many participants. All the coordinators and from other RCs also the participants were there. I'm also thankful to them, also the coordinators, and lastly, all the students who joined this meeting. With this, I would conclude, and with your kind permission, sir, we will close this session, and we look forward to listen to you some other time, sir. Thank you very much once again.
Thank you. Anjana, one request. Just send me the recording because I could not record it.
So there's no problem. We have recorded it, and we will be uploading this recording on our YouTube channel, and I'll be sharing the link with you, sir. Definitely, I'll share.
Okay.
Thank you.
I need the original recording.
You need the original recording, right, sir?
Yeah.
Right, sir. We'll share that also. No problem. We'll be sharing.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for inviting me.
Thank you.